Good morning and welcome to Fogarty Arena here in Blaine, Minnesota, as Team North Dakota is getting set to take on the Minnesota Walleye. Team North Dakota coming off a loss yesterday against the Minnesota Lakers, losing 12-0 in their first game of the weekend. Minnesota, a well-disciplined team, taking away time and space of North Dakota, getting stick on puck, disrupting the play, and North Dakota not able to find the chemistry or the jive to get anything rolling in that game. I believe the shots were 60-something to 10. And so hopefully Team North Dakota will be able to bounce back from yesterday's game and find some chemistry today. Team North Dakota is coached by Bob Gillen, assisted by Matt Stockard. I want to thank everybody for watching this morning's game, as it is early. I don't even think the rooster has crowed yet. To everybody clicking in to this morning's game, we welcome you to the YouTube channel T-Zenism and North Dakota Hockey. Thanks for watching, Jay. Appreciate you checking in. Wondering why you're up so early? Starting in net for Team North Dakota is going to be number one, Kiana Zander. Defensively, they are going to have Swearingen out there with Coleman. And for the forwards, we're going to have Winking starting with Stugemeyer and Mazigian. Stugemeyer off the boards, tries to get it up to Winking, picked up by the Walleye in their defensive zone, not along the near boards. As Mazigian has it behind the net. And the Walleye are going to send it out of the zone. That one's going to come all the way down, and they're going to get caught on an icing. 22-29 remaining in the first period. 0-0 is your score here in Blaine, Minnesota. Team North Dakota participating in their second game of the weekend. Face off to the right side of the Walleye's goalie as Unt steps in to take the draw. She's out there with Savoda and Bernstein. Defensively, they have Granatka out there and Elseth. Into the corner, Granatka and Untz with the puck. Behind the net is Zander. Granatka gets it up to Bernstein. Up to Savoda. She gets tied up at the blue line. Otherwise, she was going to get around the defense and had an open lane. But the Walleye player able to step in there and take it away. But Granatka, reading the play, gets it and intercepts the pass. Center ice, gets it down into the offensive zone. Right inside the blue line for the Walleyes. Untz is battling along the far boards. DDD passing by the Walleye, centering up, getting across center ice, as North Dakota is traveling from left to right on the dial. Face off outside the zone of the Team ND. As Hansen takes the draw. Trips up the forward from Minnesota. The Walleye playing patty cake with it. Gets it up to Swearingen, cutting to the middle. Getting across the blue line. Down below the goal line now, behind the net of the Walleye as it goes to Smith. Centering pass, nobody there, picked up by the Walleye. Send that one on net. Xander's going to get a stoppage in play. Always a little nerve-wracking as a goalie, waiting for that first shot to come in. Feel it on the pads. As the faceoff's going to take place to the left side of Xander. Coming out to the point, held in at the wall. I take it away. Lippert on the attack. She's out there with Smith. Back check gets it to Lippert. Knocked off the puck by the Walleye. Gets it over to the far boards right along North Dakota bench. Walleye getting across the blue line. Coming in the high slot area. Saved by Xander into the corner. Centering pass comes all the way out. Regrouping is the Walleye as they have Smith and Hansen on the forecheck. Off the wall, picked up by number 24. Gets it to the near side for number 15 from the Walleye. Try to go the far side on Xander, glove side, and she's able to make the save with 20:18 remaining in the first period. Face off once again to the left side of Xander. Picked up by North Dakota right in the slot area. Take it away as Winking is going to give it up the board to Stugelmeyer. Intercepted by the Walleye. Grunacher behind her own net into the corner. Reverses direction right at the Zamdors. Gets it taken away by Minnesota. To the right point. Now over to the left side. Shot right on top of the face-off circle. That one hits some bodies in front. Goes into the far corner as Walleye get a centering pass to Elseth. Stugelmeyer with the puck. Got a 3-on-2 coming into the zone. Stugelmeyer looking. Gets a shot on net. Tipped in front by Winking as Mazigian battled for the puck. Taken away by Stugelmeyer. Centering pass over to Mazigian. Still has it behind the net. Circling around the far side half wall. Into the skates of Winking. Intercepted by Stugelmeyer, waiting for her teammates to get on side. Shot coming. Try to get it through the screen shot. That hits the body in front, goes into the end boards as Mazigian now interrupting the play. Tries to push it around the forward as Winking tries to backhand that one in. Not enough strength on that one. Stugelmeyer loses the puck. It's going to be picked up by Grunacher. She's going to circle around behind Xander. 18:53 remaining in the first period and a scoreless game. Centering pass. Nice save by Xander. She shut the doors. And the puck was loose in front of her, just out of reach of the gloves. But Xander able to knock that one down as the set pass came from below the goal line, right in front. Minnesota knocking on the door there, but Xander turning that one away. As Unz takes the draw. Won by Minnesota down below the goal line, putting it on the circles. All the way out to the point. D walking in on it. Swearingen picking it up on the far side. She's going to reverse direction to Unz. I just want to start a rap song. Unz, 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 Unz. Minnesota trying to pick the corner on Xander. That would have been her blocker side as they have it on the left side now into the corner. Unz separating the puck from their player. Goes into the corner. She's going to pick that one up. Centering pass to the near side. Picked up by Savoda. Down the left side. Trying to get right there. Savoda has a nice move. If she can get that through the legs of a defenseman, she has the speed to get around him. But if they step in front of her, they tend to get in her way and mess up her mojo just a little bit. Taken down by Coleman. Elseth with the puck. Centering pass. try to get it out to Smith. Smith on the forecheck. Stick on stick. Nice job by Smith to stop the advancement from the Walleye. Collision down at the goal line between Smith and one of the Walleye players as Hansen doing some fancy handiwork right at the goal line. Got a shot on net. And that one was turned aside by the Walleye. Elseth able to poke that one away just out of reach of the Walleye player as they were able to get by Coleman. Elseth with a nice little shove there to up to Smith. Hard off the boards. Tries to pass it to herself to get around the defense. Not able to do so. Picked up by Hansen. She's got to wait as she gets caught off sides. 16 minutes. 30 seconds remaining in the first frame. 0-0 is your score. As North Dakota is taking on the Minnesota Walleye at the... They don't call it the Ice House for no reason here. It is freezing in this place. Swearingen with the puck just outside the zone. Backhands it to the far side. Tries to get it to Mazigian. Mazigian knocked off the puck. Minnesota rims it around to the near side. As they battle along the near quarter, comes out behind the net of the Walleye. Hard off the boards, pinching on the play is Grinacher. Nice play by Stugemeyer to get it off her skates. Mazigian battling along the half wall. And Minnesota is going to rim it around Swearingen, going to try to meet the pass, able to do so. Knocked it down momentarily, but the Minnesota Walleye get it down deep into the North Dakota zone. Grinacher turns it around behind the net. That one came off the stick of Xander right to the skates of one of the Walleye players, but it goes down below the goal line. Centering past the slot area, shot, save. Xander coming out to play on that one. I think that hit her blocker, went to the glass behind the boards at her skates. And she's able to get a stoppage and play with 15:06 remaining in the first period. Good morning to those of you checking in to the game this morning here at the Ice House at Fogarty Arena. Boone stepping in. Draw one by Minnesota. Looking for a cross-ice pass to the slot area. That one's anticipated by Bernstein. This one hits Coleman. Gets it up to Savoda. A little bit too much on that one. Savoda on the forecheck. She's out there with Unz. Savoda doing a nice job angling her man off. And it comes out to McLean. And she tries to get it up to Savoda and Unz. Savoda to the D. Off the stick of Coleman. Walleye having to regroup here as they were off sides. And it's a battle along the bench for the Walleye. Cutting in. Shot. Blocker saved by Xander. That one goes into the corner. Savoda with the puck. Minnesota doing a nice job closing up the space. Closing up the gap, getting in there, getting a stick lift. It just takes a little bit to knock that puck away from the momentum that you have as you're skating. And they're doing a good job with that against North Dakota right now. Boones takes the draw as Elseth sends that down deep into the Walleye zone. Sent around to the near side. Walleye get it out. Grinacher, nice job getting back. We have a 2-on-1. She does a good job protecting that puck in her feet so that the defender from Minnesota not able to get at it. Otherwise, they had one right in front of the net. And Grinacher with a good play there. Defensively, she played big on that one. I'm going to call her Mighty Mouse. Puck coming down below the goal line of Xander. Just try to reverse angle on that. Kind of a blind no-look pass that went to the back of the net. That one off the skates out to the point for Minnesota. That one's gingerly passed down. Hits a couple bodies, goes to the end boards as Swearingen's there to knock that one away. Savoda trying to chip it around the Walleye defender. In there was Swearingen. Grinacher with the puck. Gets around the defender, able to get that one out. And Minnesota's going to have to regroup, waiting for them to get on sides. Boots turns it around. Lost it right in front. Nice save by Xander. Another pass from down below the goal line as they find the streaking player into the slot area. Xander able to turn that one aside as Bernstein comes down to the other side into the defensive zone of Minnesota. She's out there with Savoda and Hansen. Minnesota able to get that one out. Walleye cutting in on the edges, backhand, turned aside by Xander. Another one by Xander, good save. North Dakota getting caught, looking, standing around right in front of the slot area. Hansen gets a pass up to Smith. Smith trying to win the race. Gets the puck knocked away by the Walleye defender as she had a stride in front to the near side. Now the Walleye tried to thread the needle. That goes off the stick of the North Dakota player into the corner. Coleman's down below the goal line trying to knock the puck loose from the Minnesota player. They got two people coming in right at the slot area. Shot coming through traffic. Saved by Xander right into her pads. Still there. Loose puck. Stat can't get it. And I don't know how that one squirted loose, but Xander able to hold the puck out down low. Defenseman right there helping Xander out, getting the loose puck away as a good opportunity for the Walleye to score. Face off to the left side of the Walleye goalie. Walleye rim it around. They rim it around to the other side. Elsef stepping up. Nice job by her to get her body up along the glass up high to knock that one down as it comes out. And North Dakota's going to have to regroup. Swearingen tries to send that one deep, allowing the forwards to work. Mazigian trying to cut her man off. Engelsser gets it, the puck turned around. Same with Stugemeyer. Minnesota getting it across center ice. And Xander's going to come out and make the play. 10:15 remaining in the first period. 0-0 is your score. North Dakota playing a lot better than they did yesterday at the early stages here, as they are comparably, I would say, even at this point with the Walleye. Face-off won by the Walleye. Shot. Forward's able to get around in there, and shot coming on Xander. She makes a glove save, falls right in front of her. She gets a cover-up with 10:10 remaining. Walleye able to send that one into the corner as Winking sends it to the near side. Stugemeyer with it. Checked through the hands, and they're going to say it was touch, no ice. Grinacher, nice job pinching on the play, holding that puck in. Got enough on it that Winking was able there to help her out. McLean with it. Backhands it to Stugemeyer, gets it into the corner. Mazigian going for that loose puck. Minnesota trying to get it around Winking. Headman pass out, left wing getting cross ice pass coming in. Xander, nice blocker save right behind her. Oh, I thought that was going to go down and fall into the net, but it went up and over the net as a goalie dad My heart stopped a little bit on that one. 9 minutes remaining. Another save by Xander, able to pull that one in. Xander earning her keep early here through the halfway through the first period with 8:52 remaining. Face off to her right side as Oon steps in to take the draw. Trying to push that one forward into her skates. Knocks it into the corner, picked up by the Walleye. They're going to send it out to the left D. Down at the half wall. Cutting in, down below the goal line. Gets it over to the other forward into the near corner. Centering pass. That one gets through traffic as the defenseman coming in. And it's Bernstein out to the left D. Minnesota having to regroup. And we're going to get caught off sides. If you're watching today's game, besides Jay, because I know where Jay is watching from in West Fargo, just let us know where you're watching the game from. Could be a coffee shop. Could be from Fargo, Bismarck. It's always good to see where we're covering geographically. Left D with it out at the half wall. Bernstein tying her man up into her skates. Poke forward by Oons. Can't get out. Yes, it does. And Minnesota's going to have to regroup. Minnesota getting the puck into the far corner. Coleman battling for it. Oons coming in to help. Coleman and Oons down below the goal line. Coleman into her skates. Svoboda going to try and chip that one out. Not able to do so as it's sealed off on the wall by the Walleye. And Coleman battling down low. Behind the net of Xander. Centering pass saved by Xander. Good play as she came off her post right to the high crease and able to turn that one aside. She gets another good save. And North Dakota is going to send that the length of the ice for an icing call. Xander making 3 good saves of point-blank range right in front of her, turning each one aside as the faceoff's coming back down into the North Dakota zone. Shot coming from the point. Thank you for watching from Williston. Face off won by the North Dakota. Off the stick. Tries to get up to Hansen. Hansen trying to push that forward into her skates. Thank you for watching from Lake Moville. Hopefully you're out there on the deck with a nice cup of coffee, listening to the waves hit the beach as you're watching Team ND. Appreciate you guys watching. That's why we do it, to be able to connect with those that aren't able to be here. Coming around is Lippert, looking out from the point, had the stick of Smith, bounced off her stick and went to the Minnesota player as they head the other way. Elseth trying to knock her off the puck. Just enough on it that it went into the corner. Elseth battling hard down low, comes out to Hansen. And off of Lippert's stick. She kind of gets tripped up a little bit, but no call. Nothing severe. Minnesota down the left side, stopping on the edge's goal line out to the left point. That hits a stick of Lippert. And Grinacher reading that play. Tries to push it forward. Hansen sends that one into the defensive zone of the Walleye with 5:43 remaining in the first period. 0-0 is your score. Minnesota getting across the center ice with a shot coming in and a blocker saved by Xander. They're going to try and catch Minnesota on the line change. Elseth up to Smith. Off her stick. And we get an icing call. They say it wasn't touched enough.
Doggone it.
Face off all the way down in the North Dakota zone. Winking, taking the draw. She's out there with McLean, Swearingen, Mazigian, and Stugemeyer. They say no icing on that one. 5:15 remaining in the period. Winking with the puck, sends it down below the net. Mazigian trying to angle her man off, comes out to the point. Swearingen stepping up, gets it to Mazigian. She backs it down. Stugemeyer's going to go on the corner to get the puck. And Minnesota gets it, sends it around to the near side. Headman pass getting around Swearingen. Centering pass, that one is knocked behind the net. Out to the point. Left side shot coming on the ice. Saved by Xander as Swearingen clears out the net in front of her. To make sure there's no rebound there with 4:30 remaining in the first period. Defensively, North Dakota doing way better than last game as they are getting in there, getting a body, pushing the opposing team away from the goalie. If there is a rebound, they're able to make the second attempt to get that cover up. Boone's going to pick it up on the far corner. To the near side for Savoda. She has speed. Coming down the left side. She's going to try and drag it through there. Centering pass to Oons. That goes off her stick. Minnesota. Elseth, nice job defensively separating the Walleye from the puck. As a Walleye cross ice pass taken away by Savoda. She has Oons. Shows Savoda trying to get a screenshot. That goes off the leg of the Walleye player. Held in by Bernstein. Coming out to the point. North Dakota having to regroup. Coleman sent that one into the zone. Simple little pass over to Elseth here would have gave a clear path into the zone. Bouncing puck gets down below the goal line. Knocked by Elseth. Bernstein gets it up to Savoda, tries to get around the defender. Bernstein with it along the near boards, battling against two Walleye as Elseth comes in. Savoda takes her place. 3 minutes remaining in the period. Taken away by the Walleye. Into the corner. Savoda had it into the skates and taken away by the Walleye. Down the left side, off the stick of Grinhocker into the end boards. Picked up by the Walleye, cutting to the middle. And the slot area shot. Xander coming out to make this save. North Dakota letting the forwards from Minnesota gain the slot area. Minnesota draws them out wide, cuts in on their edges, gets right to the middle, and Xander able to make the save. Smith with the puck, good pass by Lippert. She pushes it behind. Not quite sure how that wasn't. Smith with the puck, turning it around, off her stick. Goes right to the Walleye player, gaining the zone, coming in on it. And it got caught offsides by not very much. Lippert with the puck, backhands it down below the zone. Coming hard in, trying to take the puck away from the Walleye. They get it to the far corner. McLean with the puck. A little more patience with the puck as she had some time. And that one's going to go up and out of play. Winking taking the face off. She's out there with Stugemeyer and Mazigian. Defensively, they have Coleman and Swearingen. Icing coming up on the Walleye with 1.5 remaining in the period. Off the stick of Swearingen. She has to retreat to get the puck at the blue line. Stugelmeyer battling along the far corners. Minnesota having a Greek taken away by Mazigian all by herself, and it's just off of her stick enough that she's... And we're going to have a penalty coming up on North Dakota. I don't know how we could get a hooking call out of that as they both fell down on the ice. But North Dakota is going to go on their first penalty kill of the morning. I would say that was kind of a weak call. Face off to the left side of Xander.
Go green!
Out to the right point. Now out of the far side. At the face-off circle, cutting to the middle. Standing there, Xander with the save. As that one was able to get through traffic. Looked like the Walleye player fanned on the shot just a little bit, but it was enough to get down to the crease.
Go, Kiana!
North Dakota holding up as they going to the loose puck. Minnesota, they keep their feet moving the entire time. North Dakota gets about 2 strides away from it, and they glide to the puck. Minnesota able to get there. Comes out to the point, toe drag, gets it to the far side at the half, right at the face-off circle. 30 seconds remaining in the period, down below the goal line. 1:21 remaining on the penalty, taken away by Savoda. She has 20 seconds. Going to cut to the middle. Eight seconds remaining. Shot, glove save with 1.7 seconds remaining in the period. Xander doing a really nice job in this first period, keeping the puck out of the back of the net. Defensively, they are doing a nice job keeping it away, not allowing the second and third rebounds. As we go to the Zam break, we're going to keep it here for you guys. Throw on a little bit of elevator music for you. No goal scored there in that first period. I don't know what they have for shots on goal. They don't have them listed, so we'll see what they have at the end of the game. But you're watching North Dakota Hockey on the YouTube channel, TZanum. I am your host, Tim Zanner, saying we'll see you soon.
Easy to start. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the ice, Team North Dakota. As we get set to take base into the second period. Xander playing outstanding in this first period. As I believe they're going to make a goalie change, and Dungeon will most likely be coming into the net. She played amazing yesterday, making some really good saves in that first game. Before we get started, we'll start this period off with a dad joke. I totally forgot to say one there in the first period, but my friend Tony asked me not to say his name backwards. And I said, why not? If you're not quite sure how to take that one, just take Tony and spell it backwards. Dungeon going in the net for North Dakota. As North Dakota will be starting this period shorthanded.
Get paid 5 days faster. You only need one tool. The quick.
Hansen is out there with Lippert and Swearingen and Elseth. In the box for another. Oh, they took the penalty down. Is Mazigian. Face-off won by North Dakota. Elseth with it. Backhands it up to Lippert. Minnesota gets it down below Dungeon. Looking for that high slot. They have two in the slot area. Covered up by Swearingen. Out to the point on the right side. Mishandles the puck. Has to regroup just a little bit with it. Dungeon with a nice first save of the game. It's always important for the goalies to feel that puck on that first shot coming in cold. Walking in with it, tried to go to the short side on it. That one hits a stick, goes to the near boards, and it is held in by Minnesota. 1:20 remaining on the penalty to Mazigian. Cutting in on it, saved by Dungeon. Nice job by Carly to hold that one off. Minnesota working it on the far side, down low below the goal line. Right in front, nice save. Oh, and that one comes out just out of reach of Dungeon. Not able to get to it. And that's going to be a 1-0 game so far for Minnesota. Dungeon making the save. That one came out just out of reach. And there was a North Dakota player there that couldn't get her stick on stick. And they were able to get it in for 1 goal. That's going to be a power play goal for Minnesota. Savoda with the puck, getting down the left side. Poke checked away by the Walleye. Bernstein trying to hold that one down below the goal line. Can't do so as Minnesota is able to get that one out. McLean gets held up along the boards. Minnesota trying to win that. Excuse me. And Savoda picks it up, gets it knocked away, gives cross center ice. Down low, rubbed off the puck. Minnesota doing a nice job separating the puck from the player. And that one's going to go right into the glove of Dungeon. Carly able to watch that one all the way in. That one came just inside the blue line. Face off to the right side of Dungeon. As Winking's going to take the draw. Face off one by Minnesota. We got a hooking call coming up by Minnesota. I was going to say Mazigian was being held up there. She couldn't even make any progression on that one. And we got a power play for North Dakota. That's going to be the first power play of the morning for them. We'll see if North Dakota can capitalize on this power play to tie this game up, as it is 1-0. Shot coming from Swearingen. Not enough on that one. Didn't load up like she normally would on that. Stugemeyer down low to Mazigian. Out to the point, way off its target to Swearingen, and she's going to have to regroup. To Stugemeyer. Mazigian trying to get there. Stugemeyer going to seal off the wall. Puck squirts loose, and it's going to come out to Coleman. Mazigian to Winking, tries to get it to Stugemeyer, and Minnesota's going to get that the length of the ice for an icing call. 20-11 remaining in the second period. North Dakota trails by 1. Face off in the Walleye zone as Hansen steps in. She's out there with Lippert and Smith. Lippert with it. Backhand off the pads behind the net. She picks up the rebound. Out to the point for Grinacher. Top of the face-off circle. Shot. That's going to hit the defender in the pads. And Lippert able to get back to retrieve the puck. Over to Elseth. Headman pass up to Hansen. Oh, it was so close to being offside. Elseth and Hansen playing on the same team through the regular season, kind of know where each other is going to be. And Elseth was able to get a headman pass up to Hansen, and it was just off her stick a little bit, and they got caught offsides. Lippert pushing that one forward. Into the corner. Off the glass. And held in by Grinacher. She gets it down low. Smith with the puck. Backhands it to Lippert off her stick. And Minnesota's going to send that one the length of the ice for another icing call with 34 seconds remaining in their penalty. Face-off is once again in the Minnesota zone. As it's tied up, Unz trying to battle. Has the puck down below the goal line. Backhands it to Savoda. Out to the point from McLean. Back to Savoda. Far side, half wall. Shot in front. And it rebounds behind the net. Unz picks it up. Surveying with the action. Backhands it down low to Savoda. To Swearingen. She's going to take it down. Out to the point now for Savoda. She was going to walk that in there, and it came off her stick as she was looking up to see where everybody was at. Not able to be held in by Swearingen. We got a 2-on-1. Swearingen's got to get back. It's McLean. Shot coming. That one gets through traffic. Picked up by Bernstein. They send that the length of the ice, and they say no ice. They're going to say it was touched. As that's the end of the power play. Unz coming in hard. Shot up high. That one's saved by the goalie from the Walleye. Minnesota coming in the other way, getting around McLean. Poke checked away by Bernstein. McLean gets the puck, pushes it forward, picked up by the Walleye. Shot coming, lie saved by Dungeon. That one's turned into the corner. Walleye behind Dungeon. Out to the point, left side. Try to be redirected. That one gets by Dungeon. Behind the net, they're working it. Minnesota looking, touched in front. And, that one goes up and over the glove of Dungeon. As that one was sitting right into the open space. Nobody there for North Dakota. Minnesota able to pick that loose puck up and send it over the glove of Dungeon. 17:36 remaining in the second period. 2-0 is your score. North Dakota trailing. Elseth with the puck, puts on the brakes, gets it to Stugemeyer off her stick. Minnesota's going to have to regroup. Open ice pass. Grinacher picking it up off her stick. That should be an offsides in it. They get the call. Face off. Elseth tries to get it up to Stugemeyer off the board. Minnesota is going to try to find the open ice pass, able to do so. Grinacher into the corner. Mighty Mouse battling hard against two players from Minnesota. Cut to the middle, but poke checked away by Winking. Off the stick into Elseth's stick. Right in the slot area, and that one gets wide of the net. Minnesota holding it in now. Take that back, having to regroup. Far side. Grinacher picking it up in the near corner. Tries to push it forward, taken away by the Walleye. Grinacher comes up with it again. She's taken down from behind, but there's no call. And Walleye are going to have to regroup. We got a penalty coming up on I believe Minnesota. Stugemeyer with the puck, gets it to the near side from Mazigian. It's going to be off for a stick. We have the extra attacker on the ice, but that will do no good as Minnesota touches up on it. Face-off won by North Dakota. Comes out to Swearingen. That one's going to hit the pads of a player from Minnesota as Hansen picks it up. Surveying the action. Gets it down low to Lippert. She's going to turn it around towards the boards. Out to the point for Swearingen. Coming in on the attack. McLean coming in. Dungeon having to come way out of her net. Hansen off the wall, trying to get there to win the race to the loose puck. Picked up down below the goal line, still with it. To Smith. That's a shot back to Hansen. That gets by her into the corner. To Smith, out to the point for McLean. Saved by the... And roll! Hansen spreading out for that one. That one goes wide of the net. Good effort by Hansen as she was sprawling out, doing her best imitation of Gordie Howe in front of the net. Not able to get it on it with 14:37 remaining in regulation. Face-off won by the Walleye. They send it around to the far side. Savoda picks it up, backhands it. Try to get it to Unz, but it's taken away by the Walleye. They send it into the defensive zone of North Dakota. Out to the left point, gets around as over pursued by Bernstein. Shot coming in front. Dungeon with a nice save, and that one's right into the leg pads.
Everything to me. And the vintage French dessert spoon, I actually feel like a queen. Bye.
33 seconds remaining on the power play for North Dakota. As Utz takes the draw. Excuse me, I'm a little tired this morning. We're going to get no ice on that one. Comes out to Alseth on the left side. She's going to backhand that to the half wall, picked up by Savoda. Shot up high, glove save. North Dakota getting some good opportunities to get the puck to the net here in the last few minutes. As we have 14 seconds remaining on the power play. Unz, Bernstein, and Savoda out there for the forwards. Elseth and Coleman for the D. Backhanded up high, poke checked away by Unz to Savoda. Taken away by Minnesota, held at the blue line by Elseth and Savoda. Savoda's going to send it down in the corner. Both teams even strength. As Bernstein's battling down below the goal line. Savoda tries to get it out to Unz. Redirected by one of the defensemen in front. Good save by the Walleye goalie as she had to defend against her own teammate. 13:15 remaining. Swearingen with the puck. Offside on the Walleye. 13 minutes remaining. North Dakota trailing Minnesota 2-0. Minnesota wins the faceoff. They're going to get it down to the defensive zone. Swearingen in the corner sends it around on the near side for Grinacher. To Mazigian. Back to Swearingen. Cutting to the middle. Gets it up to Stugemeyer. Taken away by Minnesota. Stugemeyer picks up the loose puck. Cutting to the middle. Winking, poke checks that one into the defensive zone of the Walleye, but they come out with it. Winking with the puck, trying to get around the defense. Stugemeyer can't toe drag it. Winking's going to get caught offside with 12:07 remaining in regulation. Hansen stepping in to take the face-off. She's out there with Smith and Lippert. Nice save by Dungeon. Oh, that one squirts through the crease behind her and comes to the near wall. North Dakota is now traveling from left to right on your dial. It's an old radio term for you young people out there. Ooh, we're getting a penalty coming up on Coleman for checking. North Dakota now on the penalty kill. Centering pass picked up by Hansen. She's going to try to thread the needle to Lippert. Gets by the defense. Lippert winning the race to the loose puck into the far corner. Gets around two defenders. Has Hansen in front. And that one's poked away. Comes out to Elseth. She fans on the shot, but she's able to regain possession of that, get it down into the corner. She's going to pinch on the play. Nice job by Elseth to hold it along the wall. Minnesota able to get that one out. Gets it by Swearingen. Swearingen's going to have to get back on the back check. Nice save by Dungeon. Hansen coming down the right side, trying to get around the defenders. Has Lippert. Still with it, Hansen sends that one into the near corner. Picks it up by Lippert, or picked up by Lippert. Take it away by Hansen, down below the goal line, circling. As the Walleye come out with it, 10.5 remaining in regulation. 2-0 is the score. Minnesota on top. Shoot that one into Grinocker. She's able to get that one off the board. Lippert trying to get it up to Hansen. Hansen with a nice job getting that one deep to kill off the penalty. We have 42 seconds remaining in it. Poke forward by McLean, taken away by Savoda. Savoda, nice job on her edges there. Little Mo hockey action. .16 seconds remaining on the penalty to Coleman. Untz and Savoda out there with the forwards, Grinocker and McLean for the D. Collision at the face-off circle on the left side. Both teams even strength. As Bernstein comes on the ice, Coleman goes to the bench. Centering pass turned away by Dungeon. Taken away by Untz. She has Savoda and Bernstein. Savoda down the left side. Tries to get something out. We got a check coming up as Savoda's upended in the corner. She better take that with the license plate number on that bus that ran her over. Minnesota just coming off the power play, going on the penalty kill. As we have 5 seconds over 9 minutes. Yeah, 9:05. Mazigian with out to the point for Elseth. Shot glove save by the Walleye goalie. Mazigian able to find Elseth on the left side out at the D. Good shot by Zoe. Minnesota coming out with the puck. Minnesota just wanting those loose pucks, going hard at it, stride for stride, not stopping. North Dakota just kind of gingerly taking their time, not in a rush to get to them. And Minnesota is starting to win those loose, the pucks, the races to the loose puck. Try to pick the corner out, block your side on Dungeon. That one hits the end boards. Mazigian gets over to Stugemeyer. Stugemeyer with a good move around the defender into the corner. Shot coming by Winking. And a save by Dungeon. Dungeon settling in here now in the mid stages of the second frame. 45 seconds remaining on the penalty to Minnesota as North Dakota sets up in their defensive zone. Taken away by Hansen. Over to Smith, back to Hansen. Off of Hansen's stick, still with it. Cutting to the right side. She gets back checked from behind. Good defensive play by Coleman. Get a stick on puck. Hansen, not quite enough on that, but picked up by Minnesota down below the goal line. McLean shaking the puck away. Gets it up to Savoda. Savoda is going to backhand that out with 8 seconds remaining on the power play. And we're going to get an icing coming up on Team ND.
Level 4 off the board before it stopped at level 5. A broad-shouldered level 5 leaned...
Face-off won by North Dakota. Coleman tries to get it off the boards and out, not able to do so. She picks up the loose puck. Tries to thread the needle up to Savoda, not able to do so as two Walleye players were on her. Oons having to get back in deep into her own zone. Backhands it to Coleman. Savoda on the far side. Tries to get it out. Held in by the D. Comes all the way to the near side for Coleman. Pushes it forward to Bernstein. Minnesota has two players on her. Oons sends it behind the net. Far side. Savoda with it. High off the glass. Bouncing puck held in at the blue line. They're able to get it down into the corner as the Walleye pick it up. Walleye with the puck, centering off the skates of stick of McLean. Minnesota full strength. Centering pass, nice save by Dungeon. As that was a pass from down below the goal line again, right in front. There was the whole glove side area was open and Dungeon able to slide over and make an amazing save with inside of 6 minutes remaining in regulation. Stugemeyer able to get around the defense. But Minnesota, they're fast. They are super fast. The one gal was a ways away behind Stugemeyer and caught her between the blue lines. Another centering pass. That one's going to come out. And Winking was having a little pressure there. And Elseth holding it up behind Dungeon. and couldn't get it out. That's off the stick of Stugelmeyer. And the Minnesota goalie is going to turn that one aside. Stugelmeyer battling into the far corner. Elseth's going to hold it at the blue line off the glass. Stugelmeyer gloves it down. Centering pass to Hansen. Cutting to the middle, off her stick, into the corner. To Mazigian, back to Hansen. Mazigian tried to backhand it over to Hansen. Hansen has it momentarily. Mazigian tried to battle for it. I can't see. The goalie's in the way as Hansen steps in and says, I'm taking that puck away. She gets knocked off the play as Stugelmeyer tries to get it back to her. Elseth to Hansen. Shot coming. Blocker. Hansen right in front. Trips down. Puck's behind her. Not able to get to it. And they're going to say it went off the skate, but I'm not quite sure. It didn't make any redirect. As Lippert has the puck, gets it taken away by the Walleye. Offside, North Dakota. North Dakota will be back in action at 3:30 this afternoon. 3:30, 3:15. Just make sure you check in a little bit early to see if we are on the YouTube channel. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, please do so that you guys can receive the notifications of when we go live. Behind their own net, Minnesota with it. Gets it to the near wall. Cross center ice. Untz on the back check. She's there with Swearingen. Untz able to make her man turn. So, according to my official camera lady and statistician schedule, 3:35 this afternoon we will be on the ice. 2:45 remaining. North Dakota trying to make something happen here in the last stages of the game as it's picked up by McLean. Off the wall to Smith. Up to Untz. Tries to push that one forward. Walleye with the puck, centering pass. Winking, trying to knock the puck loose. Not able to do so as they got it through her legs. Elseth tying her person up behind the net. Good job defensively by Elseth. Cutting up to the middle. Up to Savoda. Down the left side. Getting a shot. Blocker save. Bouncing puck. That's what we need more of. Savoda with a nice shot. Had a rebound sitting right in front of the goalie. Savoda picks it up. And offside on North Dakota. 1:52 remaining, 2-0 as North Dakota is trailing Minnesota. Puck taken away by Mazigian, picked up by the by the Fishies. Walleye, yeah, that's it. Little tongue-tied there is Winking. That's Coleman with another shot. Oh, and that one is off the glove. And that one goes wide of the net by inches.
Get one.
Minnesota's goalie not having to face a lot of shots, but the one she's faced, she's given up some crucial rebounds. 1 minute remaining in regulation. Nice job by Dungeon to read that play as they try to get the wraparound. She shuts the door on it. Stugelmeyer and Mazigian trying to make something happen here. Mazigian with a shot. That's going to hit somebody in front. 43 seconds remaining. Picked up by Swearingen. And we're getting an icing call with 33 seconds remaining. Swearingen with the puck, high off the glass, bouncing puck. Hansen trying to get it out, held in by Minnesota. Minnesota's going to try and tie that up for the remaining here, but they can't. Come squirts loose. Dungeon right there. Dungeon with a nice stick save. Hansen coming out with it. Gets it to the far side for Smith, cutting to the middle. Smith with it. Oh, and Lippert. It's behind Lippert, not able to get it. Minnesota's going to come out with it. 5 seconds remaining. And that's going to be the end of game number 2. As Grinacher was taken down hard into the wall, but she bounces back up. Mighty Mouse looks like she's okay. We're going to keep it here for everybody for the handshake line and the important part of the game, the prayer circle. As the girls give thanks to those for the man upstairs for the gifts and talents in which they receive. I'm your host, Tim Zanner, saying thanks for watching North Dakota Hockey on the YouTube channel T-Zanism. There you have it, folks. One last time this morning. Thank you so much for watching your girls battle over in Minnesota. We will be back in action at 3:35 this afternoon. I'm your host, Tim Zander, saying thanks for watching North Dakota Hockey.